Hey, Obodo fam. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. Hey, guys. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope we are doing well. Hey, 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 hey. Somebody said you are still reeling from yesterday's show. Yeah, welcome. Thank you very much for yesterday. Thanks to everybody. How many of you were here yesterday? Yesterday's show was wow. We haven't done a long show like that in a while. It was 3 hours long and it was packed with so many people calling in and So thank you everybody for yesterday. I appreciate you guys. I hope you are doing well. Today is Good Friday. Happy Good Friday. Happy Good Friday. Oh, thank you very much. Oh my goodness. How many people went to church? I was in church till evening. That's one of the reasons why I was a few minutes late. Monica, you came late to the show yesterday. Yesterday's show, eh? Yesterday's show hot too. It was very, very, very hot. See, the things I was supposed to do safe. I never do some of them. I was supposed to do some what's it called? Some pictures I was supposed to put about this discussion for where I've been in church all day. I came back from church around past almost 6 o'clock. So yeah, Good Friday. Today is Good Friday. It's the day we celebrate Good Friday. So happy Good Friday. Can I say happy Good Friday or happy Easter? Yeah, happy Easter. Whichever one. Welcome everybody. Atrowe saluto. Good afternoon. Happy Easter, everyone. I pray that the resurrection of Christ will bring us peace. It will bring us joy. It will bring us happiness. It will bring us good health. And as we celebrate this season, I'm praying for you, all my subscribers, all of you that are always here with me, always present, supporting, that God will bless you. Níṣe lásán o, àdúrà wa gbà lágbára Jésù. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù tó ń ṣàn lórí igi àgbélébù. It will speak for you and I. Lágbára Jésù. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. So yesterday, I said I was going to talk about this matter. So I wanted to talk about this story. I saw it and I was like, you know what? We've got to talk about this. We got to talk about this because some of you may have seen it. I'm going to find the article. I think it was on, was it on Vanguard? Yeah, that's a picture. That's the picture of the woman that we want to talk about tonight. This story, may God help us. So on the face of it, it seems like it's a story about a woman that bear a grudge. She bear a grudge for 10 years. People get mind though, to be honest. I don't know how people say they get mind like this though. Her name is Anita. Anita Ophili, that's her name. One 10 whole years, make somebody carry grudge because of man matter. This man matter, eh? So I'm going to look at it not just from the angle of the incident that happened, but there are loads of lessons. So many lessons in this story. Okay? And I'm going to be looking at it from the angle of how society, Nigeria as a society, how Nigerian treats women that are unmarried. Because if you look at it critically now, that's what led to this matter that we're talking about today. It is the way women, unmarried women in Nigeria, a woman of a certain age. And when I mean a certain age, you guys already know. For some reason, I don't know how they came about it. 30 is where they start to say, when are you going to marry? When will you bring your husband? The pressure is on when you are in your late 20s, going to 30, the pressure starts mounting then. Mm? Hmm. And by the time you are 30, early 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, oh my God, it will almost be as if here's what I found. They'll be asking for you, but okay, maybe you should go to church now at this point. Maybe you need to go for deliverance. All sorts of suggestions. Maybe you have a spiritual husband or a spirit husband. Hmm? So that's how I'm going to be looking at it, because it's easy for us to look at this woman, Anita, and say, oh, she's evil. She did this, she did that. No doubt she is, even a family member. I'll read the story to you. I'll read the story to you, but there's something deeper under this story that is pushing all these women to behave like this. The Nigerian society is very, very unkind to unmarried women. Yes, once you are 35, you are single. It's almost like you've committed a crime. It needs to change, and that's why we see it playing out in all also women. Yesterday we were here for 3 hours talking about Boko Boko Bumi that settled for a man that is married. That's why some women will be like, you know what, I'm tired. I don't know what to do anymore. I can't find. So let me just marry a married man. It doesn't matter. Maybe his wife is abroad. So you have polygamy. You have women that will choose to become single parents because, they are tired. And then you have those who will say, okay, let me just keep trusting God and keep searching and waiting, But it's never easy. Those of you who live abroad, it's like you don't understand what it's like. I got it. Thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you so much. It's not an easy thing, no. Living in Nigeria as a woman, you are 30 plus, 40 plus, or 50 plus, and you have never been married, you have no child. Nigerian society is very, very brutal. Yeah. It's patriarchy at work. But let's look at the story first. What happened here? So, the person you are seeing now is called Anita. Her name is Anita Ophili. And according to the story, they say she has a friend called Glory Okon. Glory Okon. That they were friends in school. They've known each other for a long time. And they were girlfriends. And Anita said that the man that she wanted to marry, listen to it, she said she wanted. He's not married though. It's not my husband though. They didn't say the man has proposed to her. They didn't say, they said boyfriend. She said that this person called Gloria, who she don't delete now, she said that the man that she wanted to marry, that Glory Okon snatched the man from her 10 years ago. So they fell out. Okay? They were not friends anymore. But apparently, she's been seeking for revenge that 10 years. Anita, above and beyond, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, this person we're talking about is your namesake, Anita. But it's not your portion in Jesus' name. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. God bless you guys. I'm really tired, so I'm going to make it very short today because I'm tired from all that show yesterday and being in church all day today. I'm tired, so I'm going to talk for only half an hour, and then if people want to call, please just call in very quickly. I'm already sharing my link. 1 hour, and I have to go and take my rest. Give us a thumbs up, please. Like the video. So she said she waited for 10 years to get revenge. She wanted to revenge. Say glory. He said glory na the man when in the program. Say he won't marry. Say na glory na him. He said glory take the man. Say glory. Wait be that word they use snatch the man. So they fell out. They were not friends anymore. But recently they made up. They reconciled after 10 years, of which the man didn't marry any of them. Make you see how bizarre this story is. They reconciled. Not knowing that this Anita, the matter never come up for her mind. She's still harboring that matter in her mind, babe. She been and you snatch my boyfriend. That boy will be one marry. Now because of you, that's why I'm still single till today. And that's where I'm going to. This is where I want it. This is where I'm going to. She said, because of you, I lost the man I was supposed to marry because of man, Egbami. You know what she do? He go meet what do they call him? Glorio. He kpai am o. He just kpai am straight away. I don't want show now any of those things because YouTube no go even allow. Moreover, no, it's not we don't want to see all those kind of things. No. So they say the matter happened for Anita's one-room self-contained apartment somewhere in Ajah in Lagos. And the people that witnessed it said that they hear say somebody they scream, person they shout in Ophili's apartment. Maybe the glory go visit her, no. Around 1:20 p.m. So all the tenants come out. Now they come see say Anita they walk. He say that thing he be no ever forget for 10 years. I mean, how person take the whole grudge for 10 years? For this small word, where would they so? And I kid you not, I believe the reason, maybe perhaps one of the reasons why she couldn't even find somebody else, to marry her is because she held on to that grudge for 10 years. Basically, it's like she held onto the grudge for 10 years and she was waiting. Even as they caught her, she said she has no regrets. Some people don't know how to let go. So this story is in two ways. It's about betrayal. Again, some people don't know how to handle betrayal. If they feel say you betrayed me either as a friend or a trusted family member, it can affect them in a way that it can almost be psychological. So there's betrayal from her friend, and there's also unforgiveness. 10 years. I'm thinking about it. So it's like, you know how I said that one show we did, I think I cut it out and put it on my channel, when I said that unforgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. Because if you don't forgive, you don't free your heart. And when it festers, it turns to bitterness. And bitterness can turn to you thinking about buying or life in somebody. That's exactly what happened here. Two friends, man matter. Waiting, no big deal. You say the man still the girl. Okay, so the first question I want to ask, is it possible? Is it possible to snatch a man? Because I thought say when they catch Anita, she showed no remorse. for her actions. She claimed that this Glory was her friend. She say, now you still my boyfriend 10 years ago, the man I wanted to marry, we were close friends. Mm? And for almost 2 decades, they were friends. They attend the same university, but they fell out because of man, because of boyfriend. She said, Gloria and I, we've been good friends for years, but she betrayed that friendship by snatching my boyfriend. I had the intention of marrying him. My people. Now that one, I off me pass for the story. Say I had the intention. He said I had the intention of marrying him. Did the man say he want to marry you? You know how many intention we don't get? How many boys where person don't date where you go like where you want marry where they know maybe they don't even toast you. I had the intention of marrying Denzel Washington when I was 18. The only man I wanted to marry in my life was Denzel Washington. Now Denzel me be one married that year. Eh? Hey. She said I had the intention of marrying him. So for 10 years they went their way. Everybody went their way. Gloria and Anita, they all went their separate ways. Yes, now, all of you, you have intention of marrying somebody when you were a young adult or even when you were a teenager. My own teenage crush that I wanted to marry, that had the intention of marrying. If somebody told me that I will not end up with Denzel Washington, I would tell the person, say, you don't know what you're saying. I must marry Denzel. Denzel don't know my address. He don't know where I did. He don't know my village. But I had the intention of marrying Denzel. That is what intentions are. Intentions are what is known in your mind. It doesn't mean that it will ever come to pass. It doesn't mean that the person even loves you that or the person even cares about you. Egbami, what is intention? Eh? I didn't read anywhere in the story that the guy even proposed to her or they were living together. You know how sometimes living lovers or whatever, or they done traditional marriage. I'm not saying that what Glory did is right, okay? I feel like we need to talk a little bit about that. Some girls are they have no that's why I keep saying that men are more united as a gender. Men are more united, they agree, you don't see them fighting over women. No. For instance, if a man is dating a woman and if another man who is a friend likes that woman, because that man is dating, they'll just say, ah, bro, that's it. They will leave it. They won't go about trying to snatch the girl from their friend. But women, some women, unfortunately, they don't get shame. They will do anything. When I see the name, be like saying, our side, my in-laws, na in there be Okon. So it's either from Akwa Ibom or River State. And they talk say those ones they sabi cook well well. And they sabi carry well well. Mean that the carry and the food now it take snatch the man when this auntie be they plan to marry. He say they plan to marry her. Eh? Chichi saying plan to marry Michael Jackson. Exactly. You see? Chichi, that was your intention, Abby. Everybody gets intention now. 10 years she carried grudge. Hmm? Most of you are no married. You come collect your sub. Now you collect that man for my hand that year. So come and collect your sub. I will deal with you. Now you face Glory. Finish Glory, oh. Glory no survival. He delete Glory, oh. 10 years later, he delete Glory. So I quickly want to run through. I saw something very, very interesting I wanted to share with you guys. And it talks about, let me share my screen. It talks about, the culture everywhere in Nigeria where women, because they are not married, the stigma. Okay? It talks about stigma. I was looking at it today and I saw this. The article is titled Stop Africans Stop Stigmatizing Unmarried Ladies. I'll share it in the groups. It's a very, very interesting read. Very, very, very. It's short. And what she was saying here is that Being married comes with a certain kind of status, social status. So some married women feel like because they are married, they are better than single women. It's like an achievement to Nigeria. If you say marriage is not an achievement, not to Nigerian women, no. Some Nigerian women, especially the ones that live in Nigeria, that is their ultimate achievement in life, to be a missus. Do you know why? It's because of the way they've been socialized, the culture, the religion, society. There's no respect for women that are single when you come to a certain age. And that age is anytime from 30. Hmm? There's a pride that comes with being married. And that's why the average Nigerian woman who lives in Nigeria, if you just call them without putting that title Mrs., they feel offended. It means you are disrespecting them. You need to put Mrs. My name is Mrs. Over here, people don't care about titles. But for back home, child, title is very, very important, right? So, women of certain age, there's a stigma shunning. The society shuns them. In the big cities, if you come from affluent, families, or you belong to a certain social group, you know, you can avoid all that mainly. But you will be surprised that even if you are a CEO, you are a bank manager, you own, a big company that you have 1,000 employees that answer to you as a woman, a single woman, the fact that you have no wedding ring in your finger will make somebody who's selling ugu in the market to disrespect you. Any small thing they will tell you, say, now because you know get husband now you make am. So in the church as well, let's be honest, in the church. And that is why, again, Nigerian women, they rather buy than leave marriages, even when it is serious DV involved. Adewale, you don't come with your title, evangelist, Mrs. Evangelist, call. It's only evangelist. Adewale, please free me, oh. I don't want title. I don't want it. Me fair. Mm-mm. I don't want title, Joe. Amati, I'm not looking at the comment. I'm reading. I was about to read. He said, Amati said, Sam called one of his friend's wife by name, and the lady told him, please call me by my child's name. This is the woman who he knew before they married or even born. No. He even get like where you say, me call them by name. People feel offended when you call them by name in Nigeria. Even younger people, they feel offended. You need to put respect, title. To them, title equals respect. Okay, that's why people are always looking for all those useless titles. Doctor. Doctor when you no go school. Hmm? People like MC Oluomo go say him be doctor. He go collect PhD. I don't know where he go collect PhD. Jeans lover. Oh my God. Brother Patrick, I see you. Let me just quickly run through my summary. Then I'll come to you, sir. Crowley. Happy Easter, sir. So, some in some society, in some environments, depending on where you live or the social class that you belong to, they consider unmarried people as unfortunate. Ah, oh, Lori Oko, you get bad head. How come no man don't see you to put you for house? So they go see you finish. Olufum Lala said that the church is even worse on the case of unmarried and divorced women. Okay. The church, even family. Some people in families. Brother Patrick, is in our excellency. 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 Nigerians still want excellent. I want no man, but I want excellency. Brother Patrick, ẹjọ́ mi lè rẹ́rìn. I can't laugh today. I talked too much yesterday. Ọrùn mi ń dùn mí. My throat is paining me. So, They say you're unfortunate. Go to Rio, okay, go and pray. Go and wash your hair. They start running from Woli to Babalawo to Afar. The mother will start worrying. Please. Oh, all my friends' children, they are doing Ashobi, they are doing wedding. How come it's my own? Fekin Shori Ire, Majaki Shori Buruku. Please, me too. I must do wedding for you. So unfortunately, some of these young ladies, when they can't take the pressure anymore, because not everybody that can handle it, some begin to languish in self-pity. Some will throw themselves into religion, you know, become very fanatical. That's when you start hearing them sing, I'm married to Jesus, Satan, leave me alone. They will marry Jesus by force. Now we cause him, now the society cause him, honestly. Now the society cause him. The other day we saw a video of young ladies in a church wearing wedding gown in desperation, singing, carry me they go, Jehovah, carry me they go, my husband house. That is the level of desperation. Not be their faults. Sometimes we can blame them, but you no go no. Niger know they smile for person when no get husband. Once you are a missus, it's like you pass some kind of grade. You pass some kind of approval, society, and in church. Okay, so there's no respect largely for women of a certain age who are not married. There's a lot of insult on single women. And some married women in Nigeria, not some, a lot of married women in Nigeria see it as a thing of bragging rights. Even the ones where they laugh for inside house, go they hear that they say my they don't fit talk to what when they say my husband. My husband. It's only when they are talking to you just to rub it in your face, pay you don't have a home, that you are not married. So this person that wrote this article, her name is what's her name? Precious is the one that wrote it. She said that in most African society, a woman who reaches a certain age without some form of attachment to a man is considered unfortunate. That's true. And if Africans, this one made me laugh. She said, if Africans were to rewrite the first verse of First Corinthians 13 in the Bible for women, you know that First Corinthians 13 that talks about love. Yeah. She said that it will probably read like something like this. This is really, really funny. She said, verse 1 will be, if I speak 10 different languages and I'm gifted with eloquence, yet I have no husband. I am nothing but the cracking of a rusty gate. This is funny. Number 2, she said, if I speak and inspire people all over and I change lives and acquire a huge mansion, yet I have no husband, I am nothing. Number 3, if I do charitable works and work so hard to make it in life, but I have no husband, I've gotten nowhere. So no matter how much I achieve, I am bankrupt and pitiable without a husband. Okay? So instead of carrying on with these beautiful things life has to offer, some women languish in self-pity because they are husbandless. It's like having a husband is everything. It is what defines you. It is what they live for. It is what they try to get against all odds. And this is a cancer that's eating deep in our society, and we need to cure it. The cure starts with you. You that insult the single lady and label her with names. You that accuse her of being insufficient because she has no man. Yet you keep comparing her with others, saying, all your mates don't marry. Why you never marry? Yet you that pushes her till she wants to wear this Mrs. shoe, even when she hasn't found the right size. You have to stop. And including you, married woman that flaunts your husband and brag about them. Not because you are appreciative, you know, but you are using it as a bridge just to insult the single lady. And you that got married yesterday, and you suddenly stop calling your friends because they are not married yet. You need to stop. You, the single lady, needs to stop too. Yes, you need to keep up. Take a breath. She said, take a deep breath, look deep within, and value yourself. Regain that self-esteem which you lost because you didn't get a husband when you thought you would have gotten one. Stop hanging on men and swallowing their BS just because you want them to wife you. You deserve better. You need to stop. So I'm going to stop reading there. It's not long, but I think you got the message. The message is clear. So I want people to put that in view when you are talking about why Anita decided to do this thing. She said the man I was planning to marry, her friend stole her man. Her boyfriend, not husband though, boyfriend. My dear, people of God, this is where we are. So because she never married after that, maybe after the guy left her for her friend, because she never ended up getting married, she blamed Gloria for why it didn't happen. 10 years, somebody carry grudge. So as a society, we have to do better. We need to. Luxury say, I think it's not the society, but every sector in Nigeria stigmatizes unmarried women, and also the families are helping matter by pressuring women to get married. Yeah, that's society. If you say every sector, that's society. We are saying the same thing. Okay, I'm taking calls now. Back. Pa Patrick, happy Good Friday, sir.
Yeah, happy Good Friday, my sister. God bless you. How was
Yeah,
church today?
it was nice, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, this matter with the ground, make our women take it easy, I beg.
Hmm.
I know, like, the article have said it all, you know, and I must tell you, it's only the married women that can downplay the issue of looking down on single ladies. Let them
Hmm.
come out and say there's no big deal in it.
Hmm.
I tell you, it's only women that kind of raise the importance of marriage.
Yeah.
It's only women. And like you often say, most men are just in marriage for KY to satisfy their KYism. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's only women that kind of dignify marriage. So, like, let me give you an example about this Gloria case. There was a lady that came to Steve Harvey's show, and she said she was losing a 14-year-old friend because the friend was interested in the guy she too was interested in.
Hmm.
And, and you know what Steve Harvey told her? Say, who does the guy likes?
Hmm.
He just kept quiet. So it's the guy that will make the choice. They were this, and if only is left to you, if you want the guy to be carrying both of you,
Both of you.
so that
Yes.
means you guys have problem. So why must you lose your friend because a guy? And Steve Harvey said, who does the guy likes? She just kept quiet. So Auntie B, let me give you my own personal experience. I got married very late, in my late 30s. That's what was when I got married.
That's not late for a man.
Yes, listen, as a Christian, I was in this church.
Okay.
I was
Hmm.
pastoring a church. A lady just called me, a church member called me around 2 a.m. I thought it was an emergency, and I picked up the phone. You know what she said? He said, Pastor, I'm sorry. My brother just came back from Libya and we are celebrating. I just had to call. I said, what? 2 a.m.? I said, why would you do that? And the next day I called one of my senior pastors. I said, I should be very careful of that lady. Very careful. Auntie B, can you believe when I got engaged and it was announced in the church? I didn't marry my parishioner.
Yes.
You know what this girl did? she went behind and called all the youth that she's been dating me for 2 years. Like what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That she knows my parents. She called
Yes.
one of the pastors and they went to the council of elders to report me that what I did. Like it was like as if I was dreaming.
Like you broke her heart and you were not even interested in her.
I never spoke to her.
She
She
was
just had
interested in you, Brother
she
Patrick.
had crush on me, but I don't like I can't. The funniest thing, this girl seen on my wife more than 7 years.
Hey,
My so
Chineke.
my I like sister, I didn't make you to stay single. What is wrong with you?
Yes, I think a lot of the women in the church have crushes on their pastors. But Pastor Kingsley said that when he got married, he lost 80% of his congregation. They left.
You see what I'm saying?
They were women because they were all trusting God that He would see them. He went and married. Most pastors marry from outside the church. I don't know why.
No, I just my wife is somebody I never met before. I never knew before my fiancé then. But God just connected us. I didn't have, I was like, what is wrong? The funniest thing, this lady lied because my sister moved to UK then. She's single and two of her kids were staying with me. You know what she said? She said I have two kids. What kind of who says that? What is wrong with you? What is your problem?
Yeah, they always have crushes on their pastors. That's a real thing.
If I had made a mistake that time, I'm clear where anybody they would have exposed me.
They
I
would
said,
have,
oh,
they would have, they for just, they for just, they for open everything up. Oh,
I so our women should take it easy. Life is life is simple and so short. Why must you do that? Why must you go to that extent? You know,
yeah,
apparently this lady is going to spend the rest of her life in prison for doing
of
that.
course.
You
Hmm.
can't do that. Let it be gone. For 10 years, does it mean you still don't have anybody that you can date? Must you marry?
I don't. The ones that go to church, sef, I wonder, do you go to church because of the single pastor? Is that your prayer point that the single pastor will make you a wife? Why? I don't know why women feel like pastors will make the best husbands.
I don't know. It's the mentality in Nigeria. The way we think. Before then, one of my pastor, Auntie B came to me and said, Brother Patrick, there's a girl from your town. She doesn't use this thing. She doesn't use makeup. She use natural. Like, what is wrong with you, this man?
He's
Can you
trying to
just
matchmake you.
because he said, Patrick, I like you. I don't want you to marry wrong person. This girl, I'm like, no, don't do that to me. So it's our mentality. We adopt pastors in Nigeria. Ah, we should that's what I would say. People should take it easy. You
Mm,
don't even know you are going to marry. Is it by
exactly.
pastoring? The man
Mm.
might be good on the pulpit. You don't know what to get to. It might be somebody else.
So you are a pastor, Brother Patrick. But the church is contributing to some of these problems as well. Women in the church who are single or divorced, they get stigmatized in churches as well. That's not right, and that adds to the, it adds to this desperation and women feeling, isolated. And for instance, some women will not divorce even when they are in DV marriages because like us in Achi, she stayed there because she felt like she divorced. They will not allow her to minister again. Single women in the church are not respected. You have to be Mrs. What can the church do to rectify that culture?
Well, Auntie B, I don't have my own church. I'm under a ministry, you know what I mean? So it is the doctrine of that church that the people. So what I would advise people that are other churches that you can go to, you don't have to stay there because your mental health is very important. Don't allow people
Absolutely.
to look down on you. Your divorce, like you said, might be the fault of your husband, might not really be your fault.
Hmm.
If you're under DV, you want to be there so that they can buy you. Why don't you live there? Yes, if my daughter is under DV, I will deal with the man, take my daughter away. You understand?
Yes.
So why must you be there? And
Hmm.
it has to do with level of education as well. Why must you be under somebody? You are paying your tax, you are doing. Why must they ridicule you? Because no, it shouldn't be so.
Yeah.
So get out of
Mm.
there. Pastor is not God.
Mm.
Yes, they are not God. They make mistake as well. How many
Yeah.
pastors have their wife divorced? You know now, Auntie B, you want me to begin to mention name?
Of course.
So it can happen to anybody.
Mm.
They even cover it up. Yes. How many pastors where they carry white people for church where their wife don't leave them? I beg, leave that thing. Make people, make
You are
people,
Obodoyibo pastor. You are
yeah, make
very
people,
real, Brother Patrick. You are not like Nigerian pastors. You don't
make
have
people,
heirs around you.
yeah, make
You don't
people
even
wake
like
up.
titles.
I don't get title. I still dey get.
Obodoyibo makes you it make Obodoyibo, when you've been here long enough, you begin to reason like Oyibo people. You don't see some things as important. You are very simplistic in your approach to life and everything. If
Auntie
na
B,
Naija, you for don be bishop, you go dey tell us for here say call me bishop. You know say the other bishop they either they will come bamboozle us for here.
oh,
Wait, where they call himself bishop.
that one don't know what they do. No go
Uh,
school. You know, they said the world is now a global village. You are educated, you know what is going on around the world. Nigerians are educated, I respect Nigerians. So there's no big organization in America that you not see Nigeria. I'm the only Nigerian in my place of work that is up there. Let me tell you, Nigerians are smart. Yeah, we know what is going on. Don't let somebody pull you down. You know, like what we are experiencing now. The youth of nowadays, they are so okay.
yeah.
They will speak up, Auntie B. You will see.
Yes.
Let's be
Mm,
waiting 10, 20 years. See what's going to happen.
mm.
Thank you for the opportunity. God
Thank
bless
you,
you.
sir. I appreciate you, sir. Have a good Easter, sir. God bless you. I love to your family. Thank you, Brother Patrick. Brother Patrick is a very simple man. If he was a Nigerian pastor by now, he would tell us to be calling him Bishop Doctor. He will tell you, my name is Bishop Doctor. We are just calling him brother when he's an ordained minister and he's been a minister for a long time. These are the people that gave their life to Christ when we were still in our mother's hands or in our mother's cradle. They're still rocking us in their booby. Yeah, Obodoyibo has a way of creating some enlightenment to your mind that it opens up your mind so you don't. It's not everybody. Oh. Some people they still think like that. Oh, I am Mrs. Call me Mrs. So this is where the issue is. You see why this Anita carried that grudge for 10 years? Okay, let's say, okay, she's an evil person. Her family say she's mean. Some of them don't want to have anything to do with her and all that when I was reading the story. But the root cause of this problem is that she felt like the man I want to marry, this Glory, who is my friend, stole him. That's the root cause of why she carried that grudge for 10 years. We need to do better because it's not healthy the way people are being treated because of their marital status. If person no see husband, you go marry yourself. What do you go do now? Ah, now wow. Miss M, welcome.
Hey, Auntie Bree.
Hello.
Oh, happy Good Friday.
Same to you.
I'm calling from Canada.
Welcome. What do you have to say?
I really like the way the direction you're taking this show. Most people will look at it and everyone would just look at it on the surface level. Oh, the lady involved, she might be wicked or unforgiving. But nobody take in the root cause of why she would even have those kind of, I would say, mental challenges involved.
Yes.
Living in a society like Nigeria, many people who haven't lived in Nigeria for a while, we might have forgotten how it is to be unmarried or divorced or separated.
Mm-hmm.
People forget that they were once in, especially married women or people who are fortunate to be married, they forget that they were once in that pool of people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And secondly, the church and other society structures are not making it easy because they make it look as if the man is the prize. In
Hmm.
this situation, we don't even have the person that has spied. We didn't hear from her side. We don't even know if she ended up even dating the man in question.
The
But
man
for
didn't
what
marry. The
the
man did
man
not
didn't
marry
marry
both of
any
them.
of them.
Yeah.
But you can see that someone grew with that animosity that, oh, I wasn't selected, I wasn't chosen. The man did not choose me, he chose her instead of me.
Mhm.
Where did that kind of mindset come? If the person grew up to be whole, knowing I am okay as an individual, I don't need to be chosen. I'm even the one who should even have the opportunity to say, I choose to be your wife. Is it not the man that proposes? So if we intellectually look at it, we can see something is fundamentally wrong. And this is just a very clear, a very it blew out of proportion, but we could see the aftermath of what this kind of thing in society breeds.
Yes, yes. There's a reason why things happen. And sometimes when you want to fix something, you need to go to the roots. What is causing this kind of behavior? Why are these young ladies behaving like this? So you need to find out what is leading to it. And that is what, when I saw the story, I was first thinking, this is Nigeria happened to this woman.
Yes, you are
It's
very right
Nigeria that
about
happened to
that.
her.
Because
Yeah.
if she felt whole, because I'm very sure in a if I'm not, I don't know her, I'm not diagnosing her, but if she were to meet with any medical person, even when she gets to jail, those kind of resources are not even available. But if she was over here and she gets medical attention, by the time she gets to a therapist or somebody who is knowledgeable and they start bringing out things, we will find out that something went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Mm-hmm.
also the side of like friend enemy. Definitely the person that was spied, definitely you need to be careful with the way you interact with people. And also but I will not still, I'll see her as a victim. The lady herself that committed this thing, she's a victim. Something is went fundamentally wrong with her mindset.
Mm-hmm.
to,
So,
to
yeah, go ahead.
So after 10 years or so, you can still keep that kind of grudge
Mm-hmm.
over a man. It
Mm-hmm.
shows that maybe even in that 10 years, she hadn't moved on.
No,
She
she
wasn't
didn't.
able to get into other
She was
relationships.
plotting it. Mm.
Something went wrong.
Yeah.
So I would, if I were to intervene or talk to anybody, please, we need to be careful with what we get into our system, and the society should help. Nothing is wrong with you if you are not married. Officially, I changed my name to Miss M. I'm a Miss. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change anything. And people who are married, especially in that Nigerian society, they're not truthful to you. If they tell you what some of them are going through, you'll be so grateful that you are
Most of them.
alone.
It's not even some of them. Most of them.
Auntie Pri, you will be so grateful that you are not even seeing what they are seeing. But some of them would, even maybe because of, and to be surprised, some of them are even jealous of you
Let me
because they
tell
are
you
not able to
something.
attain what you've even attained.
Let
Yeah,
me
they
let
will be
me
mocking you.
Miss M, let me shock you. In Nigeria, somebody told me the other day the number of women that are praying that their husband should
I'm,
buy.
I'm
Honestly,
telling
they
you.
are just praying, but let him buy so that he can be free.
And some of them are the breadwinners. I'm not trying to say, it's not anything to be ashamed of because they partnership, I understand. But if they were to be factual and truthful and sit with you, and they'll tell you that, my dear, it is not what it is. Things are not as good as I make it seem. But because I don't know if it's jealousy or they want to just make it feel like, oh, I'm in a better place than somebody. Then the most
Uh,
annoying ones,
yes,
and to
you
bring
know,
is the
hot
one
people,
that
hot
you'll be
people.
married for 1 year, 2 years, you go and open YouTube channel or you start advising people.
1 year, okay. 3 months.
You start advising people on how to be a good wife and why, you
Once
know,
they do wedding, the next day you start
once
hearing
you
my
do
husband,
wedding now,
my husband. I say, oh, then
you
this
become
suru.
the marriage
You are you
expert.
you are just doing honeymoon. Calm down first
Calm
now.
down.
I
Let the
want to
people
see
that have
10
been
years
there,
first before you start running your mouth about marriage. What do you know
let
about
the people
marriage?
like Brother Factory, yourself that has been married for years. When you people are talking, people should sit down and listen. Not because when I look at those things, it makes me laugh because I'm like, oh, are you? As far as I'm concerned, this is not coming from a place of love or to teach anybody. You're just trying to tell everybody that, oh, I have finally passed that hurdle. Oh, I'm in a better place, which only God knows what is on the other side for you. So please, as
And
Nigerian
women in
women,
Nigeria, there are some women in Nigeria, and unfortunately, it's the ones that are not happy that
I'm
are sitting. They have a permanent chair on this table. They can't say two words, my husband, my husband. I pull
I'm
up a
like,
woman
okay,
one
please
time on
calm
this.
down.
I was like, can't you speak and just communicate without using that word,
That
my
word.
husband?
And as far as
Oh,
I'm
am I
concerned,
offended? I
sometimes they
say,
are very insensitive because I'm
yeah.
not trying to say that this victim Oh, sorry, the lady who got pied, and the one who did the act. They are both innocent, because sometimes the way people um interact with single people, it's as if you have a disease or something is wrong with you. They'll be saying, hey, yeah, or hey, your tongue, all those kind of funny derogatory statements. If you're a married Nigerian woman and you live in Nigeria, you're hearing this broadcast, please be a little bit sensitive. Know how to talk. Know how to carry yourself. You're not in any better position. Only God knows what is be on the long run for you. And the most annoying thing is that some of them, they want to even be like you, because you have your time as a single person. You are free. You can make decisions. You can go back to school. You can take courses. You can travel without any much responsibility. So please, Nigerian women, Nigerian society, please take it easy with your marriage, your,
Marriage
your
advice.
your marriage advice. Some of us, we really don't need it. Truly, we are just trying to be. We don't need it. Take your advice. Maybe use it. Maybe if you use it, your marriage can last longer. Or I don't know, but
If you
please,
are so happy, do you have to tell the
you
whole
don't
world
have to
about your
tell the world.
happiness?
Enjoy your
You don't
marriage,
have
but
to tell
please,
the whole world about how happy you are.
yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yes,
No, you
but
don't.
this is an unfortunate case. But this shows that some people, the mental health of some Nigerian single ladies is at stake. Some people are not well, and it's because
Yes.
of the way they've been treated in the past. You have no idea. I'm not. Definitely she's going to take the full hand of the law. Is going
Mm.
to come on her. Whatever she has done, she's going to bear the consequences. But I want us to see it from a root cause, that what can cause these things. How can a normal active, at least she's pretty, she doesn't look as if, no, she's not going to attract anybody. But how can somebody
She's a very pretty. This is a picture when she's
deterrogate,
distressed. This is the day they caught her. So
yeah,
imagine when she packaged herself, she put
self
wig,
and
makeup,
all?
and
So how
everything.
can somebody interrogate to that point, that because of a boyfriend of 10 years, and keep it to even commit this kind of atrocity? And it also
Mm.
teaches also Nigerian ladies, men are not the prize. We are not fighting for anything. That's even the part I do not understand, because these men are calculative. Most some Nigerian men in Nigeria, they will not even marry ladies that are settled. They don't want women that have a mind of their own. Some of them, let me not speak. They want women that they can easily manipulate and control. So at the end of the day, I'm always like, what are they so? I don't get the hype. It's just a little. Maybe I'm delayed. I don't understand what the hype is about being chosen.
No, marriage is good. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is honorable. But people allow people to get to it when they get to it.
Yeah.
When you start stigmatizing and shaming, blaming,
People
condemning,
should do it at their
shunning,
pace, and
yes,
it should
then they
be.
will make mistake. That's why people
Yeah.
always make mistake, because they are desperate. Some people just want to marry.
And it
They
should
don't
be it,
care.
it should be a mutual partnership. Because what I've seen in Nigeria, I'm Nigerian, and I guess, and to be, you understand, it's as if somebody is choosing you. You are chosen. It shouldn't be
Yes.
that way. We should come together and we want to live life together. But that is why this
Hmm.
kind of lady can have that mindset that, oh, the man is going to choose my friend and not me. It
He said,
shouldn't
she
be
said,
that
is the
way.
woman. He said, she said, is the man I wanted to marry.
Mm-hmm.
He says the man I was planning to marry. Me
I
too, I
was
was planning to. That's why I said I was planning to marry Denzel Washington.
So
Where is Denzel today
her,
now?
her choice of words shows that she's in a fight for something, and that can only
Mm,
come from society. It's come from a
absolutely.
society that, oh, I'm
Mm.
supposed to be chosen by him, instead of him to come and like, for us to come together as partners to make a decision to be together. But this is very unfortunate. I hope we take from the lesson from it, and we do better. But as married people, as single people, we should do better. No stigmatizing of any group of people. It's only God knows that knows what is at the end
And it's not
for
everybody that will
everybody.
marry. Nigerians
Yes,
don't
it's not.
understand that.
It's not.
It's not everybody that will
When
marry.
you go to a
Marry
wedding,
is
you go to a
good,
family
but not
function.
everybody will
It's not
marry.
everybody. You ever say God will do your own? No, hey, yeah, all those
Some people have
funny.
made their mind up that they don't want to
They
be
don't
married,
want
and
it,
that's
and
okay.
very okay, Auntie B. You can travel, you can learn, enjoy your life to the fullest, to
It's
the
your life,
maximum.
and the choices you make are yours. It becomes a problem when people tell you, how dare you make those choices.
To me, I'm very concerned, especially when you see, it's a cultural thing. I understand, but people should be left to make their own decisions. and not feel
Absolutely.
as though they are less of it because they decided to live their life in a certain way. Thank you,
Right.
Auntie B. Let me allow other people to call. Thank you. We enjoy your show. You're always educative. God bless you.
God bless you too, Miss M. I appreciate your contribution. And you completely understood where I was coming from on this show. Thank you so much, my darling. Happy Easter. Chinye, Chinye said, Auntie B, when you ask the woman if she can speak without mentioning or saying my husband, what did she say? Chinye, you like wahala, alone. I was telling a story, I didn't finish it. You reminded me to finish that story. You don't like have stories. Chinye, you're the kind of girl that likes closure. When I told her, I say, can you just say a sentence without saying my husband? My husband doesn't. First of all, does he have a name? Because me, if I want to talk about my husband, I call him by name because he's a human being. He has a name. He's a husband, but he's also a human being. He has a name. I will call him by name. You know. I said, can you please just make a sentence without saying my husband, my husband, my husband? She was like, oh, Brie, okay. And but now, we married women. I said, how many of you married? They used to look like in Nigeria. Those my friends used to see me like somebody that is crazy. They say, Britico, you've come, Britico. They don't understand me anymore. Maybe they used to understand me back in the day before I came to the UK. But I've lived in the UK for too long, so now they see me as Britico. So some of them don't understand it anymore. So when I talk like that, they say, hey, she don't come. Oh. She don't come. Britico don't come. That person talk in peace. I say, I beg. I beg. You don't get name. Which one be anything where you talk, you must find a way to inculcate my husband in it. Why is it necessary? You know what I found? Chinye, now you ask question. Let me answer you. What I found is that the person that was saying this, my husband, she was overcompensating by using that word, my husband, because she was deeply unhappy in the marriage. So she was trying to find a reason to use the husband as her talking point so that it can give her some element of joy. But she was very unhappy. So have I answered your question, Chinye? Okay, real life with Natu. I'm about to end now. Somebody was in the studio earlier, but their connection was not good. I'm sharing
Auntie
my link
B,
again.
good
Hello, my
afternoon.
darling. Welcome.
The lady that spoke before me now, she just said everything I wanted to say. Like people,
Taiwo Popola, please come back. Your connection was not good. That's why I couldn't add you, but I've shared my link. Just please come back. Sorry, Natu. Welcome, my darling.
like she spoke my mind. Like people just need to normalize. Like if somebody chooses not to get married, it's okay. And even these pastors that preach and put pressure on people. Do you know some of the famous women in the Bible that did amazing stuff are like single women? We have Lydia, Dorcas, Martha, Anna, maybe Magdalene, Rahab. They were all single women. The Bible still remembers them. They were great women. Can't people just normalize, especially African people, normalize like helping their daughters to achieve, to attain success, make money? See, it's only Nigeria that rich men need to marry poor women. If you want to marry a rich man, go and be rich. You people will meet a rich people meeting, and then people will marry them. But this one that people will just be hustling because they want to get married because they feel like marriage is poverty alleviation for them. It's not.
Bro Patrick, hold on. Not to sorry. Bro Patrick is making me laugh. He say, Auntie B, stop it. You call him Daddy Wa. The Daddy Wa that I call him started on, till today he doesn't know I call him Daddy Wa.
He started on this show, I think.
He's on the show.
He started on this show.
He started from watching Mr. Macaroni. He doesn't know. My husband doesn't know I call him Daddy Wa. So let me give you a very, very brief example. When we went on that date that, we went to have dinner the last time, I don't know how many of you saw that show. I posted it and people in the church started saying, Daddy Wa, Daddy Wa. He came to me and he said, Brie, who is Daddy Wa? I said, it's you.
Oh my God.
I said, it's
Oh,
you.
Jesus.
I said, it's you that is daddy. I say, ah. Some people are saying, daddy, what, daddy, what? Some of our church members that watch my show said, daddy, what? They went to him and were saying, daddy, what? He was confused. He was like, who is
Oh
daddy,
my
what? I said, it's
God.
you. You don't know your daddy, what? Daddy,
Oh
what doesn't know
my
his daddy,
God.
what?
He does not know.
I had to explain it to him that that's what I call him on this show.
Yeah, like people are just insensitive about this marriage stuff,
Oh
honestly speaking. And like you said earlier, marriage is a very beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong. But people that feel they can't share their space and they can't do that thing, it's very, very. I have two aunties that passed away that were never married. And they just promised themselves they don't want to be married, and that's it for them. And everybody had to respect that. They got to a point, right? And they are pastors' children, oh, but they got to a point where if you start giving them pressure, they just start stoning you with like words, like hurtful. Even if you're older than them, they just be giving you some like bitter, bitter replies. So everybody just stepped away and left them alone. Like, okay, we can't touch this. They don't want to be married. That's it for them. One was 50 something. One was almost 50. She's like, I'm not doing it, and that's very okay. But African parents just like, especially girls are just from the day they give birth to you, they're just grooming you for marriage. Learn how to cook so that you do it for your husband. Learn how to do this so that you do it for your husband. But the boys are not being treated that way. Why? Why? And
That's
that's
why
the
we have
sad
a
thing. And
problem
that's
today.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we end
That's
up
why we
getting
have a
broken
very big
men.
problem today. Mm-hmm.
And it's not supposed to be that way. My one of my in-laws was teaching her son how to sweep and cook. I was like, why? She was like, so that when he gets married, he'll know how to depend on somebody's child to be doing everything. The day she can't cook, let him cook. The day she can't sweep, let him sweep. And that's how it's supposed to be. And also, like, the world is changing. It's not the same anymore. People should just respect people's opinion. If somebody just, you don't know why somebody say he doesn't want to do it. I met a lady one day, went on a date with all of my friends, and she invited the lady to come with us. And the reason why she chose not to get married was because she had her womb taken out, and she doesn't want to explain to any man why she can't have a child. So she has just like decided, like, I'm not even going into that. We can't go
Right.
back and forth. That's it.
Yeah.
So people just need to respect that. So if pastors are preaching, include the great single women in the Bible and
Mm-hmm.
tell them like you can be great without being married.
Mm-hmm.
Getting married will not make you a great person. You have to be great yourself. Then you go out and point inside marriage. But no, just make you feel like come. There even that one going to church with wedding gown for program. That thing is so absurd. Like, what is that? What level of madness is that?
Mm-hmm.
So if they wear the wedding gown, they are going to meet the husband outside and what? I don't understand.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's
Niger,
really
Niger,
sad.
Niger. I mean, in the diaspora is okay. If you are single, you are in Nigeria in the diaspora, you're a single woman. Give glory to God for being abroad.
They'll be doing event, Operation Carry Your Husband,
In
Operation Get
Nigeria,
Married.
it is brutal.
What?
No, no joke. It's brutal. It's very, very brutal in Nigeria.
Oh my. And today I have a cousin, right? She got pregnant. She was pregnant for a guy. The guy got married a month before she had the baby, and she was so bitter.
To
And I told her
someone
not to be
else.
bitter. Yes. And I told her not to be bitter to thank God. She was still bitter. Oh. 12 months later, they now found out that this guy stole money from the bank to go and get married. He was
To
sent
back
to
up.
jail. He was in jail for almost 2 years. So I said, so is that what you wanted to be doing? She said, Vicky, thank God. I said, no, follow him and go and marry him. Like
Hmm.
sometimes we don't know that God is saving us
So,
from
I
things.
mean,
Remember the
in
guy?
all things,
Yeah,
just thank God for whatever
you
happens to
just
you,
have to thank God. You
including
just
the
have to thank God.
disappointments. Yeah.
And you know
Thank
another
God
thing
for
I
your
feel?
disappointments. Yeah.
Yes, women need to focus on like working on their self, career wise, business wise, instead of saying, I want to do this so that by the time I get married, I'll do this. No. Let marriage come and meet you, whatever level to meet you. Just focus on yourself and be going so that you know how to settle for anything less. But
Hmm.
women will not hear. They will just feel like my biological clock is ticking. What's that? She
Yeah,
even
it's
us
true.
enter 6 years now, picking never still come. The
Hmm.
biological clock no tick they go. It's still ticking and going. You don't decide what happens when you get inside. Don't think that when I get inside I'll get pregnant next month. You can't decide that. You
Hmm.
can't decide what happens when you get into that marriage. So you have to prep yourself. Like parents have to tell their kids, have your own before you enter, or get what, have your own. But I feel
Hmm.
like a lot of our parents back in the day, they weren't telling us like the truth so much about
No,
marriage.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
They never did.
exactly.
Mm-mm.
Yep, yep.
They
I
never.
think now our generation is
Our
better.
parents failed us a lot in a lot of
They
ways.
did.
One of the
They
ways they
did.
failed us that they didn't tell us the truth about their own marriages. especially our mothers, never told us about their own situations. They covered up a
Yep.
lot. They hid so much from us. And they another way they failed us was they trained only the men, only the women.
The
They didn't
women.
train our brothers.
Yes.
And that's why we have so many Mongoba. And we have some very good men, but they don't know how to do marriage because they were not taught.
No, they were not taught.
Pastor K
They
said
were
that
not taught.
you harvest where you invest.
Chicken, I've always said, in a
So
person will
if you
go farm
never
for
learned
April,
anything
they
about
go for
marriage,
September.
and Nigerian generation from generation, you keep training women how to be good wives to men that were not taught how to be husbands. So that's why we have this disaster that we have now.
Even
They
Pastor
were
K, there
never
was one
taught.
time I attacked him. He did one program and said how women can do this thing. I said, Pastor K, I'm waiting for the day you do how men can do this. He said, I know you people will be coming from me, but I'm like, that's the truth.
No,
You
but he
see, like
does. He
one
does.
time,
He tries to balance
oh
it
no,
quite a
no,
lot.
he tries. No, I have
He
to give him
knows.
credit for that.
Yeah,
I have to give him credit for
and
that.
but he cares about not being too harsh on men because he's a man. Men has a code.
But
It's
that's the
only
truth, they
Pastor Shola
do.
that doesn't care. He will just go for men.
And to be that man, I cannot.
Pastor Shola doesn't care.
That man will just
Eh,
throw words anyhow. I don't
mm,
know. Yeah, but
so
honestly speaking, that's why like I have an orphanage home in Nigeria next to my house, not too far from my house. There's boys that I
mm,
usually attend and do stuff for because I feel we need to have like more healthy um environment, like especially for men to see like a lot of things and grow and learn a lot of stuff. And I feel like especially boys that are growing from those kind of environments don't have
yeah,
people teaching them anything.
yeah.
So they grow up
I
not knowing anything. Just feel like just to get money and be a father and that's it. But it's
yeah.
much more than that.
No, the
You
world
have to
has
be
changed.
emotionally
No,
available. You have to be
no, the
invested.
world
You
has
have to be
changed.
like,
And
yeah,
the funny thing is that Pastor K is actually a very good husband. He's very hands-on.
yes,
I mean, the way he talks about marriage, you can see he has a very balanced view about
yeah,
it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not, he doesn't come out to talk about patriarchy and how men dominate and all that. No,
Yep.
so yeah, but what we need to do going forward is to train, our
Yeah.
boys
Boys.
on how to be good husbands because
Yes.
we've been training the women for so long. That's why you have so many
Yep.
women that are eligible. They know how to be a wife. They know how to service and do everything. Respect, honor, cook, clean, do everything, bear children. But there are no enough,
No, they
available.
tell the men you just need to have something in between your legs. That's all. That's what needs you
Mm,
now. Just have
no,
something
no,
to yes,
not
that's all.
nah, nah. It won't work
And we
anymore.
need to change that narrative. We really need to change that narrative.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my darling. Natu,
Thank you, Mama.
my
Yes,
baby
ma.
girl for life. I love you, darling. Thank you.
That's me. Have a good night.
Okay, bye, sweetie. Bye bye. That's my daughter, Natu. Thank you, darling. Okay, finally, we have a call from Caro, African girl. I'm still waiting on somebody was in the studio earlier on, but their connection was not good. I told them to change it, but they haven't come back. Taiwo, can you hear me? If you are still there, please come back. I wanted to hear what you have to say. Sorry, your internet was not smiling then. Maybe it will work now. Okay. Carol, welcome. Can you hear me? African girl, Carol.
Yes, I can hear you.
Where are you joining us
Can
from,
you?
African girl, Carol?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, I'm not getting the story because I just joined.
Oh, okay. It's about a woman that, she deleted her friend because she said her friend stole her boyfriend 10 years ago. And that's the man she
Oh.
wanted to marry. Where are you joining us from?
I'm living in the Netherlands, but I'm Kenyan. I'm a Kenyan girl.
Oh, I thought I heard that accent, that Kenyan
Yes,
accent. Welcome.
yes. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I wanted
So,
to ask.
yeah. So we're
Yeah,
just
maybe.
looking at why women get so desperate about marriage because of, Nigerians were big on marriage and all that. So that's what we are discussing. Why she will hold a grudge for 10 years. So she decided to delete her friend after 10 years because the man she was planning to marry, according to her, was snatched. Do you think it's possible
Oh.
to snatch a man?
I don't think it's possible. People, when a relationship ends, just move on and yeah, just move on. Don't dwell on that man. He's not the only man in the world. Just move on and find your own man, but don't. Yeah, I can understand she was hurting because that was her friend. So, but according to my experience, I'm a single mother myself, and I didn't have a baby with a Kenyan man. I had a baby with a West African, and it's from Sierra Leone, but he left, He left when I was pregnant. So there's nothing I can do. And he went and lived his own life, and now he's married, I guess, to his own countrymates. But here I am with a child. I just raised the child and continue on. Yeah, there's nothing I can do if somebody has decided to move on. Yeah, I just look for my own man, and I also continue my life. I cannot now go out to delete somebody. No. Yeah, but I understand her pain because that was her friend. So maybe, yeah, somebody can understand that, yeah, it was painful for her. But that was a very extreme case. Yeah, people should just learn. If we say in our country that if you have been watched, you watchika. Like if you've been left, you just leave. Also, you just leave and continue your life. Yes.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for calling us,
Yeah.
Carol. Call us again. I like that. When they leave you, carry on. Carry on. Life goes on. Mm. You see, when I look at Anita, I'm thinking all the great relationships she would have met. Mm? It's somebody that can even leave you for your best friend. That's to tell you the quality of husband they would have made. If you go and ask their current wife today now, they will tell you what they are going through. Because there's no decent man that will leave you for your best friend. If only she could have, you know, if only she could rise above that, what the incident that happened. Imagine all the amazing men she would have met. There are so many men in this world. There are so many men in Nigeria. Okay? Unfortunately, she couldn't. The betrayer, it did something to her. Maybe it changed something in her mind, in her brain, and she lost it completely. Hmm. It's not everybody that can handle betrayal. Hmm. I like that, Donna. Donna said the man you want is not necessarily the man you need. Hmm. That's deep. You are a critical thinker, Donna. I love that. The man you want isn't necessarily the man you need. And we can put it both ways. The person you want, I wanted Denzel Washington, Donna. I keep saying it. Denzel was my crush. He was the love of my life. Where is he today? Hmm? So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think any man that can leave you for your best friend would not have made a good husband anyway. So, but she couldn't see beyond the betrayal, the hurt, and she harbored that unforgiveness in her heart for 10 years. And look how it ended. So, all of you that are watching tonight, give us a thumbs up. We have 800 people watching. If somebody had offended you and you still haven't forgiven them, please, maybe this story will ginger you now to know that you need to let go. Let go. Please let go. It's not easy. I told you guys how I deal with all this because I'm human too, right? So I'm not going to say it's easy. It's never easy. But if you're a Christian, pray about it. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you. I can't do it. There are some things you can't do physically as a human being. You can't. You need the Spirit of God to help you. So if you're a Christian and you are struggling with something like that, ask the Holy Spirit. He's the comforter. Say, help me. Holy Spirit, please help me. I want to let go, but I don't know how to do it. Take this pain away from my heart. Remove it. I want to be free. I want to move on with my life, but I don't know how to do it because my flesh is interrupting with what I want to do. help me. Just keep praying that prayer. Before you know, you start forgetting what the person did to you. The pain will be, it will hurt you less and less and less. It will become bearable. Before you know, you forget. Don't hold on to pain and betrayal and allow it to ruin your life, because that's what Anita did. She's going to Kirikiri for the rest of her life. Her life is over. But I think she already knew and she was prepared for it. That's the sad part. Because even when they arrested her, she said, you know what? I have no remorse. Pass your emotions to the Holy Spirit if you're a Christian. It's God that created us, so He has control over what we have no control over. And sometimes we as women have no control over our emotions, but the Holy Spirit can help us. Yeah. That's how I deal with it. Holy Spirit, please help me. I keep praying that prayer. Help me. Help me. Prayer works, so if you didn't know that, it does. It does work. It might take a while, but it does work. Just keep praying that prayer. Holy Spirit, help me. Help me. Lord, help me. Take this pain away. I want to move on, but I don't know how to. I pray that, one or two persons listening to this tonight have learned a lesson from this unfortunate incident. Life is beautiful. Marriage is honorable. Marriage is grand. Marriage is everything. But it doesn't define who you are, even though the society, the church, your family even may have told you that without marriage, you are not fulfilled as a woman. And you know the funny thing? This marriage thing can happen when you least expect it. That's when it will just happen. May God help us. Unforgiveness. Amaka say unforgiveness is like a prison that we put ourselves in. Yeah. You are so right, Amaka. Anita put herself in that prison for 10 whole years. And now she's going to a physical prison. She was in a mental and emotional prison. Now she's going to a physical prison for life. All for what? A man that has moved on. A man that didn't even marry you and your so-called friend. And all of you that still doing boko boko. I feel I have to remind you before I end this show, babe. Continue. It's not everybody that can endure betrayal. Leave your friends, boyfriend, and husbands and partners alone. Go and find your own. Because you never know. Something can just shift in somebody's mind and they will carry grudge for 10 years. It's not advisable, my people. But it happens. And that's the lesson for today. Please be kind to everybody you see, irrespective of their marital status. It doesn't matter. Especially if you live in Nigeria, don't see a woman and you are looking at her wedding finger to see whether there is a ring or not before you decide whether you respect her or not. That is colloquial behavior. That's local behavior. It's a behavior that shouldn't even exist in 2023. So you meet a fellow woman. All you care about is whether she has a wedding band or not before you can respect her. Really? My show. It is well. Thank you very much, everybody. If you find this useful today, you've gained something, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I appreciate you guys. I am back. Okay? There's something I want to talk about. Okay, let me give you the... You see, there's a lady that called yesterday. The Caribbean lady. How many of you remember the Caribbean lady that called yesterday? And said that she's still giving money to her ex who left her to go and marry a Nigerian man. A Nigerian woman, because and brought the Nigerian woman abroad. I think we should talk about it. Yeah? I definitely think we should talk about it. Yeah? Do you think we should have a conversation about it? I think so. Okay. I'm going to set it up, so watch out. Either tomorrow or next. I might just do it tomorrow in the afternoon. I think I'm going shopping tomorrow afternoon. So maybe not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow evening. I might do it tomorrow evening. Or Sunday evening. But look out. Let me see how I feel tomorrow. Right? We need to talk about women who are enablers. There are women who are... Some women who are less impatient than me were so mad yesterday. Auntie B, why are you even listening to her? She's not listening. Even Junior was here. Junior was like, Auntie B, Bobby, you are wasting whatever you are saying to this woman. She's not listening. Yeah. Are women enabling the behavior? And there's something else I want to talk about. Another video I want to do this, I'm not sure when, this weekend, is about in-laws. The story we did yesterday, there was a massive part of it that we didn't touch. And it was about the in-laws, the role the in-laws played in that marriage and the second wife situation. I think we need to talk about it because some women still think that, the in-laws, they will like me because I did this, I did this. I'm not saying they don't like you, but there's a lot to unpick on this in-law situation. So I want us to talk about it as well. So pray for me to have strength. Tomorrow on Sunday, I can't do Easter Monday. I don't know if I can, but we'll see. But I'll set it up, so just watch out depending on how I'm feeling. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Vanessa, thank you. I remember. I see you. God bless you. Have a good evening. Enjoy your Easter. I love you, and I'll be back at some point this weekend. Yeah. There's a couple of things we need to pick up on. Uh, yes. I was reflecting on it today, and I was like, nah, we need to. It's not. I like. You know how I am. I like closure. If matter never finish, I want to talk about it a little bit more. So yeah. Junior, I love you too. God bless you, my darling. Honey babe, happy Easter, love. I'll see you soon. Please keep your notification on. I'll be back tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know yet, but you'll see. Thank you. Love you guys. Happy Easter. God bless you. Bye. Bye-bye.